Okay, so this is pre-algebra. So we see numbers and then we see letters. We call them variables. Let me get my pen. Okay, so let's see first one. We see number 3 here. Then we see parentheses, including two things. We have a letter B, we call variable. So B is a variable. What does variable mean? Variable means it's not something unknown. You can think as an empty container, ready to hold anything in it, right? So that's why it varies. It depends on what kind of value you assign to it. Then we have -4 here, -4, right? We can think as B -4 or B plus -4. So what do we call this? We call 3 a factor and B -4 a factor. Okay, so this expression has two factors. Two factors. 3 and B -4. It's kind of weird to think B -4 as a factor, right? But when you put a parentheses around, it's just treated as one group of something. So you look at it as one thing, as one vector of this whole expression. Right? This whole expression is a 3 multiplied by parentheses. Inside the parentheses is B -4. Okay, with this understanding, this expression can be expanded. Means 3, we can multiply 3 inside. Let me change my color. We can do 3 times B. Oh, color didn't get changed. I want to change to blue. And also, we multiply 3 with -4. Something called distribution in mathematics. Anything important, give a name. We call distribution. So we distribute 3 to B and to -4. So what do we get? Distribution means multiply. So we multiply 3 with B. Then we multiply 3. So because it's B -4, so we just inherit the negative sign. Right? So 3B minus 3 times 4, which is 12. And that's it. And now we see this is not in a factored form. This is in, we call expanded form. Right? So expressions can be written in different ways. And normally we love the factored form. We would go the other way around. We would start with 3B minus 12, end up with a factored form. So we factor out 3. Right? Then we write B minus 4 inside the parentheses. Okay. So this is an expression and can be written in expanded form or factored form. Let's see 2. Right? 2 will have two factors. We have 6 is a factor of this expression. We have 2V minus 2 is another factor of this expression. So we can distribute 6 to 2V, and also we distribute 6 to -2. Distribution again means multiplication. We just multiply 6 with 2V. V is a variable. We cannot do anything with it, but we can multiply 6 with 2, right? That's 12. We get 12V, then minus 6 times 2 again, minus 12. And that's it. Yeah, very direct, simple, and easy. Well, let's see 3. We distribute 2 to 3x and positive 2. So 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 2, that's 4. Okay, now I think you get it. Let me see if you can do even faster than me. Okay, I get 9p plus 9 times 5, 45. And that's it. Simple and direct. Okay, now let's go to the next page. Let's see 5 and 6. Okay, let's see if you can do faster than me, okay? I think you can. So for 5, you get 8x minus 64. For 6, I get a 4 minus 24. I cannot forget about the variables. Okay, let's keep moving. We also want to expand those. Okay. You keep going. You can do, once you get the pattern of it, maybe you can do mentally. Or if you like, math is very friendly with pencil and papers. So 7, we get a 15x plus 6. And the 8, I get a negative 6 minus 12n. Right? Here, let me just explain a little bit. Because I have negative 6 as one factor, and 1 plus 2n as another factor. So I need to distribute. When I expand this expression, I need to multiply negative 6 with 1, then multiply negative 6 with 2n. When I multiply, I just multiply number with number. I leave the variable. Right? I just carry the variable with me. So negative 6 times 2, that's negative 12. And negative 6 times 1, of course, that's negative 6. Any number multiplied by 1, this is itself. Okay, now let's do 9. Let's see if you can do faster than me. I get a negative 6x plus 36. All right, so this is also a little bit tricky. I only have a negative sign in front. So if this bothers me, I can imagine the negative sign as a negative 1. So I distribute the negative 1 to 6x. So negative 1 times 6x, that's negative 6x. Negative 1 times negative 6, what happens when negative multiplied by negative? It becomes a positive, right? Negative times negative becomes positive. Negative times positive, or positive times negative, those two stays to be negative. And of course, if positive times positive, that stays to be positive. Okay, so that's why negative 1 times negative 6. Oh, I made a mistake. Where did I get 36? Maybe you found my mistake. Negative 1 times negative 6, that's a positive 6. I don't get 36. I made a mistake. Yeah, I often make mistakes. All right, sometimes if I don't find myself, maybe you can find it for me. All right, now let's do 10. 10, again, we distribute negative 8. Negative 8 times 5, get negative 40. Because 5 is positive 5. So negative 8 times positive 5, the product is negative. Then negative 8 times negative 7x become positive 56x. Okay, if you're not good with timetable yet, you need to spend some time, okay, to memorize timetable. It's like 5 times 8, right away you know it's 40. 7 times 8, right away you know it's 56. You need to put those timetable in your head. All right, that's that. Let's keep going. Again, you can go ahead to see if your answer is the same as mine. So for 11, I would get negative 24 plus 24p. And for 12, I would get a 4n minus 28. For 13, 13 is a little bit different, but I'm going to distribute 9 first. Okay, let me explain 13 a little bit. 13, I have this factored form. And then I have another 4m, right? I have another 4m. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to distribute 9 first to 4 and to negative 7m. Then I combine like terms. When we simplify expressions, we're looking for like terms. Okay, like term means the same type, either they're numbers, you know, if numbers are like terms, or if with variables, the variable has to have the same variable and same exponent. Yeah, let's see, 4m and 3m will be like term, right? But if I have 4m and 3n, and those two are not like terms. Okay. So 4m and 3m are like terms. So we don't bother to think about the 4 in front of the variable. And actually those guys get a name. Those guys we call coefficient. The big one, coefficient. Okay. Coefficient of m. So when a number appears before a variable, it gets a name. And this is the name, coefficient. Coefficient. You see, the coefficient of this m is 4. But inside, the coefficient of this m is negative 7. Okay, so we distribute 9 to 4 and to negative 7 first. So 9 times 4, 36, minus 9 times 7, 63, m. I cannot forget about the variable m. Then what do I do with 4m? You know, I still add 4m. I don't do anything to him yet. I just carry on writing them. Now I'm looking for like terms. I have a number, 36, we call constant. 36 here we call constant. Constant means it will never change. Okay, it will never change. So what is 36? 36 is 36, right? 36 apples, 36 chairs, 36 people in the room, so on and so forth. But 36 is a number itself. It won't change. But let's compare with negative 63m and 4m. This is not a negative 63 in total, right? Because negative 63 multiplied by something we do not know yet. So this value will change, depends on the value of m. That's why we call negative 63 a coefficient. It's not a constant. It's just a number before the variable. Right? If negative 63 all by himself, it will be a constant. But because it multiplied by m, so it glued together with m. It cannot be separated. So negative 63m is just one term. Glued together, cannot be separated. So when we look at it, we look at negative 63m as one thing. Same as for 4m. So 4 is a coefficient of m, and 4m cannot be separated at this moment. But negative 63m and 4m are like terms. They have the same variable m, and m have the same exponent 1 by default. So what can we do with them? We can add or subtract the coefficient. So this one we can simplify to be 36. How do we do negative 63 plus 4? You know, because negative 63, the number itself is bigger, so we keep negative sign. Then we think, what is a 63 minus 4? Oh, that's a 59. So we get a minus 59m. So we have combined the two like terms. We have combined negative 63m with 4m. So those two become negative 59m. So in the end, 13 is simplified as 36 minus 59m. Two terms, right? 36 is a constant term. It will never change. Negative 59m will change, depends on the value of m. Okay, now let's do 14. Let's see if you can do faster than me. So I have negative 10p by himself. I won't do anything yet. Then minus 1 minus 2p becomes plus 2p. Right, let me explain a little bit about this one. Negative 10p is a term, right? Negative 10 multiplied with p, so they glue together, become one thing. Then this negative, I can think as negative 1. I multiply negative 1 with 1, I get negative 1. I multiply negative 1 with negative 2p, negative times negative become positive, so I got a positive 2p. Now, do you see like terms? Do you see like terms? Negative 10p plus 2p, they are like terms. So if we combine those two terms, what do we get? Negative 1 is a constant because it's all by itself. Then minus AP, right? Because negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8. So negative 10p plus 2p, that's negative 8p. Okay, I hope you have the same answer as mine. Let's see, those four. I think that this might be the last four. 15. Let me just remind you, what should we do here? Well, negative 3x is one term all by itself. First, we want to get rid of these parentheses. Once we don't have parentheses, we can combine like terms. Because we see x is here too, but the x is hiding inside the parentheses. We cannot do anything yet. We have to distribute negative a to x, distribute negative a to 3 to get rid of the parentheses. So negative a times x, that's negative ax. Negative a times 3, that's negative 24. You have to be good with your timetable, okay? Again, then I have minus 3x. So this term, these two factors, where negative a is a factor, x plus 3 is a factor, we multiply out, I get negative ax minus 24. Then this negative 3x, I just keep writing it. Now, can we simplify this? Which means, can you find some like terms to combine? Yes. Negative 24 all by itself has no like terms, but the negative ax and negative 3x, we can combine them. Think about it. What's negative a minus 3? Oh, it's minus 11x. Then minus 24. And that's it. Okay. Try 16. Let's see if we get the same answer, okay? So I would get negative 2 times 6, I get negative 12. Then minus 10b, because negative 2 times 5b is negative 10b. Then plus 1. Then I see negative 12 and 1 are like terms. So what's negative 12 plus 1? Oh, that's negative 11. Then minus 10b has no like terms, has no friends in this. That's okay. I'm just writing negative 10b. So 16 simplified to be negative 11 minus 10b. Now let's see 17. Negative 7 all by itself. I just writing it. Negative 2b, because we imagine negative 1, negative sign as negative 1 times 2b, that's negative 2b. Then negative 1 times 3, that's negative 3. Oh, then I see like terms. I see -7 and -3 are like terms, but -2b has no like terms. So I read equal sign, -7 minus 3. Remember what's that? -10 minus 2b. Okay, let's see who can do faster for 18. I have 2 times 4, that's 8. 2 times 4v, that's 8v. Then minus 8. Now I'm looking for like terms. I see positive a, negative a. What's positive a minus a? 0. Just left with AV. If it's 0, we don't bother to write it. Right? If it's 0, we don't bother to write it. So a minus a equals to 0. A and negative a has a name. So 8 and negative 8 are additive inverse. What does it mean? That means they add to 0. The two numbers add to 0 means they're additive inverse. Mathematical language. Okay. Gradually, we need to get familiar with mathematical language. I think those are last two. Yes, those are last two. Okay, let's do those two. Let's see if you can beat me, you can do faster. That would be ideal. Okay, when the students can be the teachers, that's the ideal situation. So I'm going to get 4x plus 40, right? Because 4 times 10 is 40. Then plus 7x. Then as this, I have like terms. 4x and 7x are like terms. I can add 4 and 7, which I get 11x plus 40. 40 has no like terms, right? So I just write it. Well, let's see 20. Negative 10n, right? Then plus 4 times 1, which is just 4. Then 4 times -8, -32n. Cannot forget about that. N. Then I see 4 doesn't have like terms, but the -10n and -32n are like terms. I can combine those two. So 4 positive I read up front. -10n minus 32n, that becomes -42n. And that's it. Maybe you did faster than me. That's great. Okay. All right, that's just for this 20 questions for today.